everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Eric and I'm glad you could join us. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the topic of where to buy your dragon fruit cuttings and 4 things that you need to be aware of before you make your purchase. If you're not sure what dragon fruit is, or if you're just getting started or just getting interested in this plant, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell because I'm going to take you on an epic journey, real time, on how to grow dragon fruit, from cutting all the way to orchard in your very own backyard. All right, let's get started. Dragon fruit, also known as pitaya, is a fruit that grows off of a vining cactus, and there are literally hundreds of varieties. Each variety is going to have its own unique characteristics like flavor profile, acidity, sweetness, the rate that it grows, the amount of fruit that it produces, and the size of fruit that it produces. You can find dragon fruit cuttings, as it's most commonly sold, at your local hardware store like Home Depot. You can find it on Etsy, Amazon, eBay. You can find websites that are dedicated to dragon fruit and nurseries, so depending on where you live. But there are some unscrupulous folks out there selling dragon fruit cuttings who have absolutely no problem taking advantage of the unassuming buyer. And so I'm going to share with you a couple tips that'll hopefully help mitigate the chance of you getting ripped off and you end up with what you actually pay for, which is the whole point. All right, so where do you buy your dragon fruit cuttings? Well, I would start with established businesses that actually dedicate themselves to selling dragon fruit cuttings and have a positive reputation for selling the variety that they actually list on their website. That is a huge problem in the dragon fruit cutting selling community, where often people will buy a dragon fruit cutting that they believe is one variety, but come to find out, it ends up being a completely different variety. And trust me, we've all been ripped off like that before. So yeah, I would definitely start with the established dragon fruit business first. And one particular business that I highly recommend, trust implicitly when it comes to buying dragon fruit, is spicyexotics.com. I'll put a link in the description box below so you can check it out. But Spicy Exotics is a dragon fruit nursery outside of Lafayette, Louisiana, run by a gentleman named Ty Miller. And they have an amazing collection of dragon fruit. From what I am to understand, over 140 different varieties. And his website is absolutely brilliant, especially if you're just getting started navigating the wide world of dragon fruit cuttings, because each variety that is listed on spicyexotics.com starts with photographs. So you get to see the fruit itself, you know, the color of the flesh, the color of the skin. You get to see the way the plant grows and the flowers that are produced. And this is incredibly important because in some way it helps verify the genetics of the plant, and you get to see what the fruit is going to look like from the cutting that you buy. You also get a ton of other information. You get to know whether or not the plant is self-fertile or self-sterile. There's also a great little section that shows how each variety ranks on flavor, fruit production, and how it grows, which could be important when selecting a dragon fruit cutting. And then underneath that, you get this general write-up with just basic information on that particular dragon fruit. So for me, one of the most comprehensive websites when it comes to selecting a dragon fruit cutting, and my absolute favorite. Now, with that being said, there are 2 tiny little problems with spicyexotics.com. The first problem is that they are so incredibly popular. So many people trust Spicy Exotics with their dragon fruit purchases that they sell out very quick. But if you see a dragon fruit variety that you like and it is sold out, there is a little place where you could be put on a waiting list, and as soon as it gets back in stock, you'll be notified. And I'm on like 5 waiting lists as we speak right now. The other problem with Spicy Exotics is that they only sell within the continental United States as of right now. So if you live outside of the continental United States, unfortunately, buying from Spicy Exotics is not an option right now. That may change in the future, but I would totally use their website as a resource because you can just get so much information from those guys. It's absolutely incredible. Now, I will add, if you happen to live in Louisiana or you're visiting Louisiana, make it a point to stop by Spicy Exotics Nursery outside of Lafayette, because he has special deals and offers for people who actually come by, things that aren't available on his website. You get to ask him any and all questions, and if the fruit is in season, you get to actually taste it before you buy your cutting, which is absolutely brilliant. So check him out, link in the description box below. Another place I would recommend getting your dragon fruit cuttings, and this really only applies to those of you who live in California is a great little nursery at California Polytechnical Institute, or Cal Poly Pomona. They've got a lovely assortment of dragon fruit cuttings, great little website. They're relatively small and already rooted, so that's going to save you like 3 or 4 weeks in the rooting process. But the only problem with Cal Poly is that they only ship within California state lines. So unless you have somebody in California that's willing to help you out, then Cal Poly is not an option. I would just go to Spicy Exotics and check out what they have over there. All right, so those are my top 2 recommendations for where to buy dragon fruit cuttings. There's probably a whole bunch of recommendations. You just got to do your research. I would do a quick Google search, if none of those options are available to you, and look up dragon fruit farms or dragon fruit nurseries. I did a quick Google search and found that there was a dragon fruit farm about 3 hours away from me that had a lot of very cool, very specific varieties that were true to genetics. And so I was able to acquire 15 different varieties from those guys, and you'll see what that looks like here in the next episode when all of those cuttings finally come in. All right, now if you choose to not buy from the official dragon fruit cutting business and you want to go to places like eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Craigslist, places like that, then there are a couple things that you want to be aware of to just lessen the chance of getting ripped off. My first tip is to not buy from places that don't use their own pictures. Check out this Etsy page. They sell a lot of dragon fruit cuttings, and as you can see, there's a lot of pictures of dragon fruit. But if you look very closely, you'll notice that the pictures that this page is using come from spicyexotics.com. I've got a problem with that because I want to see what the fruit actually looks like from the cutting that I'm actually buying. And if the seller is not willing to take a snapshot of the fruit, that either means that it's never fruited, which is a problem in and of itself, or he's not willing to verify the genetics of that particular plant. Either way, it's dishonest and I would stay clear of it. Tip number 2, don't fall for the marketing hype. The marketing hype is when you have ultra popular, ultra rare dragon fruit cuttings that generally sell for a premium. Cuttings in this category, 8 to 10 inches, can generally sell for between $70 to $100 a piece. And we're talking about cuttings like the Black Dragon, Desert King, Starburst, Chameleon, Ohana Express. These are all super rare, super popular cuttings, and it's very easy to get taken advantage of, especially if you're buying from an untrusted source. Tip number 3, read the comment section. And this really applies to places like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, because certain comments are extremely important. Now, let me tell you which comments are absolutely irrelevant. Comments as to how responsive the seller was, comments as to how quick the package arrived, or even comments as to how well the package was packed. Those are absolutely irrelevant. What we're looking for is comments that verify the genetics of the plant that we're buying. Those are the comments that are absolutely important. And if you read through the comment section and you find nobody that comments on the genetics, I would probably steer clear of that particular seller. And tip number 4, stay clear of your generically labeled dragon fruit. Often we'll find dragon fruit at our local small town nursery or our home improvement store, and it may simply be labeled dragon fruit or pitaya. And it may look like an absolutely gorgeous dragon fruit, but my tip here is stay clear of that particular purchase, because you're better off buying a variety where you know specifically what it is, especially when it comes to the fertility of the plant. Is it self-fertile? Is it self-sterile? How do you take care of it? Does it need full sun? Is it, tolerant to cold winters? And so these are all things that are important to know about dragon fruit. And if you just buy a generic dragon fruit, you really don't know what you're going to get, and odds are you won't know how to take care of it properly in your grow zone. All right, everybody, there you have it. That's my take on where to buy dragon fruit cuttings and 4 things to be aware of so you're not disappointed with your purchase. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you're interested in getting some dragon fruit cuttings, check out spicyexotics.com. It'll at least get you started, get your bearings straight in this wide world of dragon fruit. Be sure to stick around for the next episode in this installment where we receive all of our cuttings from Spicy Exotics, from Cal Poly, and from our local nursery. I'm going to share with you my experience as we continue this journey on how to grow dragon fruit. Thanks a lot for being here. If you got anything out of it, give me a great big thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.